Nu mai pot da tu da supera mea. Și știi, eu te rog să nu faci prostii. Eu nu-s prost, dar mă tem cumva de tine, de mine, de noi, pentru că tu ești supera mea. Eroină, eroină, eroină mea. Eroină, eroină, eroină mea. M-ai mințit cu vorbele, mi-ai schimbat hotarele. Ce folos au armele când este peripit doar cadru cu ochii tăi. Bursa până la genunchi și mâneți lungi ascunzi. Ce dragoste ai vrea, dar mărul e mușcat și între noi e doar ea. O rupeai, te rupeai, te rupeai tu, supera mea. Eroină, eroină, eroină mea. Eroină, eroină, eroină mea. Tu să nu-mi dai iubire, iubirea ta nu ține.
Yo, 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 welcome back to Crypto Cartel.
What's up, guys? How we doing today?
And let's let everyone join up, join up. Big show today, guys, big show today. You gotta be in here, you gotta be around, you gotta stick with it, because this is gonna be a big one. Just wait for a few more people to join up before we start getting into everything. But Daniel, bro, crypto this week, Phantom, Spirit, how you feeling, bro?
I am excited. I'm happy. I'm really happy with everything that's going on. Returns are looking great. Everything's up quite a bit, so
Yeah, well,
that's always exciting.
we told everyone about the Phantom ecosystem. We told everyone about Spirit. You guys, some of you might have listened, some of you might not have. But I mean, let's just hop over here quickly to some portfolio information. We'll get back into it at a later stage, and I'll explain to you exactly what all of it means. But as you can see, our portfolio has grown, just our Phantom, and we mentioned in the last stream that we would segment it into different types of portfolios. So our diamond portfolio, with coins that we believe, so I'll explain it. We'll get back into it at the later stage of the video, but just have a look at what Phantom's done. I mean, 19% in a day.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. But we'll get back into that stuff at a later stage of the show. But yeah, how's everyone doing in the chat? Can we get some crypto cartels to the moon? I mean, we've got some great stuff coming out soon, and great stuff for you guys. You guys just have to stick around and just wait for it.
Yeah. And Trev, I think before we start, we should probably mention what happened with our last channel. So obviously we were live. There was a lot of people in there. I think there was like 30 to 50. And we had a technical issue, so we restarted stream in hopes of fixing that. And once it restarted, our account just got deleted. Just no warning, nothing, and just completely taken away. Nothing we could do about it. I got an email saying permanently deleted. And they didn't give us a reason why either. So that's why we're here on the new channel. So if the engagement is a little less than usual, that is also because that's also the reason why. So we got to build that back up, but no problem there.
Yeah.
And yeah, Trev, we saw that a similar crypto channel also got taken down.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So if you look at our screens right now, I mean, I saw this. I think this happened about 2 or 3 hours after we went live. So I'm wondering now, is like YouTube against generational wealth or something? Oh, let me not actually say anything, in case we cause some bad beef with YouTube.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that this was on the same day as well. So. Like what's going on? Why are crypto channels getting taken down?
And bro, you can see here, so Bitcoin Magazine, I think they went live. They had 60,000 subscribers, and mid-live stream with no warning, deleted, gone, forever. Well, not forever, because I see that YouTube responded saying that they're just jumping in. This was a mistake during the review process, and we've reinstated your channel. We're constantly working to improve the process, so thanks for raising this, and we're really sorry for what happened. So I just replied to them saying that the exact same thing happened to us, but they obviously they don't really care about us, these small content creators. But yeah, so that was the first step. But bro, Daniel, speaking about crypto and how the growth is, we'll get into the markets and everything later. But if we look at the growth, and we spoke about the importance of retail use, I think you had something important you wanted to show everyone earlier today.
Yeah. So what I had seen is there's this basketball player. He plays for Golden State Warriors. His name's Klay Thompson. I'm pretty sure that is his name. Anyways, he'd been injured for 900 days, so that's quite a while off playing. But when he made his return, he came back and he announced that he was now taking part of his salary in Bitcoin. And with him, there was another guy from his team also doing the same thing. And together, they are giving away $1 million in Bitcoin. So that's always quite cool. It's always nice to see people using Bitcoin and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I always talk on the show about the importance of retail use and the continued adoption of it. Obviously, the more people use it to transact and not just to hold, the more people will start acquiring it to purchase it at the stores. Like if you want to go to Woolworths and you want to go and spend some money on some food, eventually there has to be implementation of cryptocurrency as payments and just generalization, because it is a currency at the end of the day. And what do we use currencies for, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, but in saying so, we within the retail use, and you can even look at like what Tesla were trying to do back in the day, trying to implement BTC as payment for the cars, and then they came across the issue with sustainability and making sure that it's ergonomic and all that type of thing. So that brings me actually to something you mentioned about what El Salvador are doing, and I will actually go over it over on this page in terms of geothermal mining. So I don't know if you want to explain that point a little bit.
Yeah, so I did some research on it, and El Salvador, their energy that they're generating, apparently 25% of that is geothermal. So
Okay.
they basically get in energy, they're making these geothermal extraction, something to do with that, and they're using geothermal energy to be mining Bitcoin. So that's for the Bitcoin city. I assume they're somehow implementing that there. And while I was doing this research, for Bitcoin City, they were saying that they need around 300,000 Bitcoins, which is $17 billion, in order to actually make Bitcoin City a thing, which is quite a lot of money. But that's really interesting, really fascinating to me at least.
Yeah, well, I'm a huge El Salvadorian fanboy, so that's probably my dream destination. So if you're watching Presidente, you know, we're always willing to relocate into a nice little studio there in the middle of Bitcoin City. So, you know, we just hit us up. But yeah, so that's obviously important. Like I mentioned, the more people start to use it as retail, etc., it needs to become more sustainable. So what they're doing is obviously the correct direction. And Elon Musk did specify that once Bitcoin and cryptocurrency becomes more sufficient and efficient to mine, then it will become an option for them as a payment system. But yeah, so I wanted to know if we wanted to discuss more of Spirit Swap and how well our allocations are doing. So I actually wanted to go into something mentioned by Binance, which I find really interesting. I will show you on screen now. And yeah, Phantom is the second most liquid asset on Binance after Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's above literally everything else. And the value and the price of Phantom currently at $3. Do you really believe that is its ultimate goal? $3.50 was its maximum?
Yeah.
No, there's no ways, bro. There's no ways.
No, it's doing exceptionally well.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, so within that increased adoption, and on Binance, I thought there was also something interesting happening when I had a look at what Binance US was doing, and I believe Michael Kong, the CEO of Phantom Foundation, is coming onto an AMA, Ask Me Anything, on Friday, which is tomorrow. So especially if we consider the growth that Phantom's had over the last couple of weeks, considering what Bitcoin's been doing, going the opposite direction, and Phantom's just held so well against the resistance, I believe this talk that's happening tomorrow has to be significant.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but so going into the Phantom ecosystem, as we mentioned before on the show, that there's a lot that has to do with actually acquiring tokens in the Phantom ecosystem, believing in the technology, and then going with the technology. So we keep saying on the show over and over and over again that our main focus is not to like shill you stuff so that you can make a quick 10% every day, even though you might come here, you might find tokens like we've seen with Spirit Swap going up by nearly 60% since we gave out the allocations. But like I said, these tokens themselves have rewards, and those rewards need to be spoken about. And I don't know if you want to just give a bit of insight into what we've been doing behind the scenes.
Yeah. So what me and Travis have done, we've staked our Spirit that we have. And basically by doing that, we get in Spirit as a reward. And then we get the opportunity to vote for a pool. So yeah, like owning Spirit and staking it, you get rewards for doing that, which is awesome. So it's not just like buying and holding something. There's many different features that come alongside it. Yeah,
and in saying so, like we can hop over to what Al DAO has done. So they said Happy New Year to InSpirit holders. We're giving out 50,000 USDO airdrop to whoever holds more than 100 InSpirits. So yeah, that's again going on those rewards. And I think Daniel, if I'm not mistaken, you have something coming out later this week.
Yeah, so just earlier today, we uploaded that video on how to buy Spirit, because that was probably one of the most requested things we'd have on Instagram and in our comment sections from previous streams. So following that in a couple of days' time, or maybe even tomorrow, it depends how fast we can get it out. We're going to have a video coming out on how to actually stake your Spirit.
Okay, awesome. Well, mentioning that staking and the whole InSpirit thing, I did see a tweet earlier today by Undercrinia, which I thought was quite interesting, that I wanted to actually go over with everyone. So if you just have a look here. So he mentioned the V3,3 curves, initial distribution, competition, and building and protocols for protocols. So I believe he's bringing out a new protocol. So we'll just go over. So he said, by now most of you are probably curious what this new protocol is. While there's an article, we'll not go into depth. This is reserved for a later article closer to the launch. New AMM. So you mentioned all the benefits of it, building for protocols, contribution, all that type of thing. What I found the most interesting was the way he plans to distribute it. So he said every week a potential new 2 million tokens are available as incentives on pools. These 2 million tokens are distributed based on the current voting weights for pools with an initial distribution of 0. That means no one can vote, which means no distribution can occur. So he said to kickstart the system, there has to be an initial distribution, and they went through a whole bunch of options. The one was an auction, LBP. The primary issue here was that they didn't want to raise funds or sell any of the tokens, and I believe the reason they want to do this is because they obviously want to reward the Phantom holders, the people that are early into the game, or just in the game in general, for being there. And then they said create Phantom token pool and burn the LP tokens. This favors bots and whoever happens to be awake during the time frame. They also said that wasn't a fair consideration of distribution. And then they said we simply decide the first pools and votes are not very decentralized. And then they said an airdrop they would try, but then for an airdrop to be successful, it needs to go to the correct participants. And we can also see from the CRV and CVX distribution that those participants are predominantly protocols. So he basically stated that all those options wouldn't work. So what they did instead was they ended up what they're going to do is take an ecosystem snapshot of the Phantom ecosystem and see which total value locked in that ecosystem from the top 20 will decide. So it says here, tokens will be given to each project in the top 20. It is then up to each project to create their pools and vote for their initial distribution, or have their communities vote for their initial distribution. And basically what that means is they're going to give these top 20. So if you have a look here, in the top 20 total value rankings, you'll see multi-chain, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff, and you know what else you'll see? See Spirit Swap. So what that means is, what I believe it means is that people, well, the protocols that get allocated this new token or this new protocol will, they'll side with the people that are the ones that are staking, the ones that hold the in spirit, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's was quite an interesting part of what we had planned for Spirit Swap. And like I say to Daniel mentioned earlier in the video, there is a video coming out later this week to explain to you how to get in Spirit and how to stake those tokens. And if you don't have Spirit and you're new to the show and you're wondering what is Spirit, how do I get Spirit, we actually had a video go out today to explain that to you.
Yeah, and that's step by step, everything you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. So besides all of that, what I wanted to do next was actually go into the charts, give you guys a brief overview of what we have in store for us, and what we think we have in store for us. So hopping over into the charts, Daniel, tell me what you've thought about Bitcoin over the last couple of days.
So as it's been, I think it was early this week or even end of last week, a lot of cryptos were dropping, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin went down significantly, same with Ripple and Ethereum. They're slowly recovering, but I think time will tell what's going to happen with them. There is huge possibility we carry on dropping, but we just have to wait and see what's happening.
Yeah, there was one thing that I noticed, and I'm going to have to go quite far back in the time frame. And this, I believe, was the bottom. And you guys, I mean, this is no financial advice. You see the banner, but we're obviously giving you our perspective, exactly how we feel it's going to be. And perspectives can be wrong all the time. Obviously, our long-term vision of the show is to build these relationships with these tokens, and then see from there how it goes. Like if the token's got good technology, we stick with that token for a long period of time, purely off the basis that we believe in that token, not because we think it's going to do 600% or 600x or whatever, just purely off. And that's crossing out. That's a good sign. This is a token that we need to talk about. This token right here.
Okay, there we go.
So as I mentioned before, so the Bitcoin bottom was close to 39,000. Sorry, I just skipped it there, but we just had a notification of Phantom fucking exploding. Bitcoin had a bottom at 39,000, and we had some huge buy volume come in at that price. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it for us on screen. I'm not sure what's happening with the chart. But yeah, we had some huge volume come into the token, and that obviously sent the Phantom price up, even though it was already holding quite strong against it. So we can see here was the bottom. I'm trying to see if we can make it clearer for you guys on screen. We saw the bottom here, and that's basically from there it just made lower low, and just kept making lower lows. So I think there could be a possible bottom here, not guaranteed, because obviously there's still some controversies coming out, and we're still trying to wait and see what direction this market wants to go. But for now, I see a turn, bro. I'm not sure what you're feeling.
I was just wanting to say also, during this little small bearish market that was happening about end of last week and even the beginning of this week, obviously all the other coins dropped with it. Yeah. And while that happened, although they did recover a little, or the major coins recovered a little, these other smaller coins, such as like Spirit and all the other ones that go with it, they recovered really fast. Back to its original price as it was before Bitcoin and everything else dropped. Yeah.
And that's again on that point that when Bitcoin reacts, like we showed on the previous show. Unfortunately, obviously the channel was deleted, so you guys won't be able to go back and look for yourselves. But we mentioned on the other show that when Bitcoin goes up in price, whatever it is, all the altcoins tend to overreact going upwards. And even if it's a 0.5% increase, you'll see the altcoins will react like by whatever percent times that. And it goes the same downwards. So when it's doing the opposite, it will overreact going the opposite way.
Yeah.
But that's basically it for the charts. I do see a little bit of resistance coming quite soon. I'm not too sure when, but it won't be much. I think there's a lot of news coming out, and as we've seen by the developments and the structure that's happening, I see 2022 being a phenomenal year just for cryptocurrency in general.
Yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, the last thing we wanted to explain and go over on the show is obviously within these partnerships and these projects that we are trying to give you guys insight to and actually show you what this crypto world is about. We actually came up with something called our portfolio system. So I don't know if you want to give them a little bit of a quick explanation of what that system includes.
Yeah, so obviously when we started the stream, Travis showed you guys this. Basically what it is, we have our diamond portfolio, our gold portfolio, and we have another one. If you can just pop it up there, there you go, our silver portfolio. And we're just going to be putting in what we hold in, how much it's gone up, whether it's through the week or through the day or through the month, however it is. We'll have a whole bunch of lists of just basically performance on what we're holding and coins we talk about.
Yeah, and basically how these are categorized, if you want to put it into layman terms, is we'll take a token, whatever token it is, and it will obviously be an investment in ourselves, and whatever we are promoting to you guys, more than likely we will also be invested into it. So what it does is it categorizes these tokens based off of their risk. So if a token is risky, a little bit less risky than Diamond, because we think that the tokens that belong to Diamond are the least risky based off the technology and our belief in the technology, and then obviously it gets as it goes down, it gets broken down. So gold would be something that's a little bit less risky, and then silver would be something or a little bit more risky, and then silver would be something a little bit more risky, and maybe the technology is still being developed, and then bronze would be something that is extremely risky, but the technology might still be good. Still keeping that foundation that the technology is the prime focus of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the only other thing that I had to say. I mean we didn't want to have too long of a show today. We just wanted to catch everyone up, bring them into what we've been doing behind the scenes. Obviously the Phantom ecosystem's been exploding. The last thing that we're gonna have before we end of this week, tomorrow, and I'm not sure if you've said it. I think Daniel, you'll go over exactly what that is.
So we have our coin of the week going. So I'm not sure if you guys are following our Instagram. You should be. If you are, you would have seen that we have made that coin of the week post. Basically, what we wanting you guys to do is go onto that post. It's on Instagram. There is a link in the description. And go leave a comment of what coin you guys want us to talk about. So there's already a lot of them. Mainly I've been seeing XRP. I've seen Solana as well. I think those are the two that have been popping up the most. But whichever one is popping up the most, by tomorrow we're gonna take that into consideration and go research it and talk about it on the show.
Yeah. So that's your opportunity, guys. If you are uncertain about a project you're involved in or some investment you've gotten involved in, and you're like, oh, I'm not too sure about the technology, I'm not sure about this project, where's it going, that type of thing, we'll do a full breakdown of it, including chart analysis, including like, do we believe in this technology? Where's this going? What's this technology about? We'll discuss it a little bit more on the show and draw our own conclusions, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Besides all of that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed what we've given you today. I mean, we've got some giveaways, Daniel. I don't know if you've linked it in the channel in the bottom of the description.
So there is a link. There is a link on our Instagram. So once again, go into the description. Click on the Instagram. I'm gonna repost it up on the story again. The giveaway does end on Saturday or Sunday, I'm pretty sure, and that's for some more Spirit allocation. So if you don't own Spirit yet, or you missed out on the previous ones and you didn't win, go into this one. It's really simple. All you have to do is click a few buttons and you can be a winner.
Yeah, and we are giving away. We've already given away about what was the amount, Daniel, if I'm not mistaken?
1,000 rand worth.
15,000 rand.
And we still have a lot more to come.
Still a lot more, guys, so stick around. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, follow all our socials, because that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date content, especially when we're going live. And we have a lot of stuff coming, especially in terms of allocations and more projects that are building on this Phantom ecosystem. Again, it's not the only ecosystem we believe in, it's just one of the technologies.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys so much for coming to tune in, and yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow, every single day, giving you the latest information, resource into and insight into the greatest technology that is cryptocurrency.